Welcome back to the next class, dear students. And today we're going to discuss the topic called paragraph writing. If you wanted to improve your writing skills, be the one who are supposed to be in the position to develop our paragraph writing skills first. If I'm not mistaken, most of the students are going, or you might have taken too many essay writing tests. If I'm not mistaken, you might be knowing well how to start an essay, and as well as most of you might not be knowing how to conclude this essay. But in this topic, and in our today's topic, paragraph writing, we're going to see how are we supposed to write a paragraph, introductory paragraph, supporting paragraph, and as well as a closing paragraph. And before to that, let's see what is a paragraph is all about. If you before to that, I want to tell you something. If you know how to write a paragraph, you can easily write an essay. You take that for granted. It may be three paragraphs, or it may be four paragraphs, or it may be a six paragraph, essay. You take that for granted. You can easily write if you come to know how to write this paragraph. So today's our talk is on this. And even in the examination, they'll ask you to write a paragraph on friendship, or they may ask you to write the current situation, the pandemic situation. They may ask you to write a paragraph on this pandemic situation. They'll ask you, and you the one who should be in the position to follow certain things in order to frame or in order to present your paragraph better. Let's see what is the paragraph is actually all about. Paragraph doesn't mean it is a basic unit of writing. That is what actually paragraph stands for. It is a basic unit of writing. And this paragraph has been divided into three types. How many? Three types. The first one is here, topic sentence. The first one is here, topic sentence. And second one is supporting sentence. Supporting sentence. And third one is, it is known as a closing or concluding sentence. These are the three main key features. These are the three main key features of a paragraph. Remember one thing, at the time of examination, if they ask you to write about the key features of a paragraph, make sure these are the things that you have to write. Or what are the three steps that you have to follow when you're writing a paragraph? These are the things that you have to write. Make sure. So what is this topic sentence, and what is this supporting sentence, and what is this closing or concluding sentence? So first let's see what let's discuss them individually, and later I'm going to give you an example of a paragraph so that you will understand better. So what actually topic sentence, what actually supporting, and then followed by the concluding sentence. See here, a topic sentence is nothing but um, introduction of the passage. What is that? The first line of the passage, the introduction of the passage, the introductory lines of the passage. So topic sentence doesn't mean that introductory passage or introductory lines of the passage, which actually talks about the main idea of that particular passage. What are you going to see in topic sentence? You're going to see the main idea of that passage. So what are you going to write in the topic sentence, or whenever you are going to write a paragraph, or whenever you're going to write an essay, make sure your first lines supposed to talk with, are supposed to deal with the main idea of the passage, what you wanted to convey. That is what to be discussed in topic sentence. And the second one is here, supporting sentence. What is this supporting sentence? The supporting sentence actually makes up the body. It actually creates the whole body of that paragraph. So what are we going to have? What are we going to have? In order to develop the main idea, in order to develop your thought, you the one who's supposed to produce details of facts. You can use these facts and examples, and also you can use some illustrations to support your talk. So these are the things which are going to be in supporting sentence. So the title itself is telling The title itself is telling that we have to support the topic sentence. And the last one is here, concluding statement or concluding sentence or closing sentence. Most of the people, most of the students are failed in writing off a conclusion because they write, their beginning would be very, very, very beautiful. But when it comes to their end, they don't know how to end this topic. But remember one thing. So when it comes to this closing sentence, a closing sentence is nothing but the last line, conclusion of the paragraph or an essay. And I'm telling you one thing, what are we going to write in closing sentence or concluding sentence? It has to restate what it has to do. It has to restate the main idea of the what? Main idea of the topic sentence. You have to restate the main idea of the topic sentence. This is what you have in closing or concluding statement. Remember one thing, you can also write thought-provoking actions, or you can also write call to actions. That is how we have to conclude when we are writing a paragraph. And in order to understand better, I try to read out. I try to read out. You just try to understand, and I'm going to ask you a question. What actually you observed in the beginning? What actually you observe in the beginning of the lines, and what actually observe in the middle of the lines, and what you actually noticed at the end of the lines. And this is how a small paragraph goes on. More recreational time. I'm starting this paragraph and try to understand. Just listen to this. More recreational time is required for students for better concentration on lessons in class. As a matter of fact, a student who takes a break of more than 40 minutes continuously scores better than or better in tests immediately following the break. It is further suggested by clinical analysis that physical exercise improves the ability of the students to focus on academic materials. Longer periods of break are clearly necessary to allow students to be successful in their studies. This is the paragraph actually talks about. And remember one thing, more recreational time is required for students for better concentration, on lessons in class. That is what my first statement is all about. See, the first lines I'm telling you, the main idea is actually conveyed there itself. What I'm talking about, recreational time is necessary to the student. And second thing, the supporting statement I have to write. So what I wrote over there, as a matter of fact, it is proven. A person who actually takes more than 45 minutes continuous break will score better in his test. And also it is clinically proved. So here, as I told you in the supporting this sentences, we have to give the details of facts. It is proven. It is a fact. It's a clinical analysis. A clinical analysis actually made over there. So when they came to know that the person who takes 45 minutes of break continuously is scoring better in that. And also what they are saying in the conclusion. So longer period of break are clearly necessary to allow the students to be successful in their studies. So here in this last line, what I just read at now, so it actually restating the main idea. It actually restating the main idea. This is how we have to write a paragraph. When we come for class, I better explain you by giving some more examples for this paragraph writing. Right, and next one here. When we are writing a paragraph, we have to keep certain things in our mind. What is that? We have to keep certain things in our mind. Before, before writing this paragraph, we have to keep certain things in our mind. First thing is here, you have to think. What do you have to do? You have to think carefully about what you are going to write. What you are going to write. What you have to think, the first point is here. Before you're going to write, you have to be careful what you're going to write. And the second thing is here, you have to write answers. You have to write the answers for the questions that you have. When we are writing a paragraph, this is what we have to do. First thing, we have to think what you're going to write. And second thing, you must have answers to the questions what you're actually writing about. And third one is here, make sure the facts are supposed to be mentioned in the paragraph. And next one is here, don't simply rely on these facts, don't simply rely on some other content. You must have your own ideas. What do you have to do? You also supposed to include your own ideas. And also don't forget to write the main idea of the passage. These are the things that you have to follow, that you have to look after before you going to write a paragraph. First thing is here, you have to make sure what you are going to write. You have to be very careful. You have to think of that. And next one, you have to prepare all the answers to the questions that you got. And fourthly, you must be in the position to give the facts. And next, don't forget to add your own ideas. So simply relying on the content which is available on Google or some books, it doesn't make any sense. Try to have always your own idea. And at the end, don't forget to cover the main idea of that paragraph. This is what you have to do before you're going to write. And now, at the time of writing stage, at the time of writing stage, so now you kept all these things in your mind and you collected the data, and now you are about to start to write the passage or the paragraph. Now when you're going to write this one, don't forget to have topic sentence, supporting sentence, and as well as closing sentence. These are the key features of a paragraph. And make sure write clearly the simple sentences to express your ideas. The second point is here, you have to write simple words to express your ideas. If you use other vocabulary, if you use hi-fi vocabulary, nobody will understand what you actually wrote. Then there is no use of writing that. Sometimes what happens here, I'll give you best example of myself. When we go to someone, when I normally when I write a letter to somebody, I try to impress them with the language, but unfortunately they don't understand what I actually wrote because of the vocabulary that I am using over there. So then I understood, okay, this is not the right way to write a letter or something. Then I stopped writing or using the vocabulary in no, in a polished way. So I remember I keep one thing in my mind, that to whom I'm going to address or writing. So I keep these things in mind and then accordingly I follow. So what you have to do now here, second one, you have to use the simple words in order to express your ideas. And thirdly, which is very important, don't forget to focus what on the main idea. You are not supposed to deviate from the idea, my dear. You have to be very careful when you're writing this one. So you have to focus more on your main idea. And after doing these two things, the last one is here, editing. The third point is here, editing. What we have to edit, what we have to look for. And the first one is here, we have to look for spelling correction. Whenever we are writing something, make sure we have to correct our spellings. And the next one is here, we have to be very careful with this word, that is grammar. You have to check grammar twice and thrice thoroughly. And third one is here, you have to read the passage or the paragraph twice. Read it, repeat reading, so that you will find some mistakes if you have done anything earlier. And make sure, which is very important, the subject of a sentence and the verb supposed to be agreed. The subject and as well as verb supposed to be agreed. Sometimes we write just like that, but that is not the right way. We have to be ensure, we have to make sure the subject and as well as the verb supposed to be agreed. And also the last point is here, you have to make sure that every sentence that you are writing should make sense. If you are writing something like something no inappropriately, it doesn't make any sense. So that's the reason we the people should be in the position to make sure it should make sense. So these are the things that we have to keep in our mind. So when we are writing, before we going to start writing, that means before we're going to write a paragraph, we have to be careful what we are going to write. And second thing, we have to write down all our answers to the questions what triggered in our mind. And third one, make sure you have to provide all the facts. And next, don't forget to add your own ideas. And next, choose the main idea that you wanted to convey, that you wanted to write about. And after doing this one, you have to go after writing stage. So that means now you are writing. So when you are writing now, make sure the sentence topic means topic sentence, and as well as supporting sentence and concluding sentence supposed to be clear. And the next one is here, make sure the simple sentences are supposed to be written in order to express your ideas and be focused on your main idea of the passage. And thirdly, that is editing, as we discussed here. So spelling need to be corrected, spelling need to be checked, grammar need to be checked, and twice you have to read the passage so that you may find some mistake. If there is any mistake, that will be find out, or else we can just go on with the other thing. And next we also make sure of this one, the subject supposed to be agree with the verb or not. So and make sure that you're going to have a sensible talk in your paragraph. So this is what is all about paragraph writing. So once we come to the class, we'll give you some exercises so that you'll be having a practice, and you'll come to know about how to write a paragraph. And when you go for competitive examinations, for example, at the time of your placement selections, you're going to have a test on English. So most of the times they may ask you to write a passage by giving a picture, or they may ask you to write about an essay. So when you're going for any one of these, make sure these are the steps that you have to follow. So this is what is all about paragraph writing. Thank you.